Alrighty, it is Wednesday, but I have to go back to Tuesday really quick. So after I recorded audio, Monica got off at 4. She ate a very light dinner. I was pretty much ready for bed, so we got in bed. She started having trouble breathing. So that's how we had a sinking feeling she had COVID. So I didn't get very much sleep. I don't even know like how much sleep I got. I'm gonna guess I got like 5 hours worth of sleep. At 3, I ended up airing out the bedroom because I was worried about creating a COVID cloud in our room. After that, I went to go work on the audio and the pages. So the first thing I did was I unloaded the phone, and then I put the text on pages 5 and 6 and loaded them. I got distracted checking on my mail. My Etsy order finally shipped. I also checked the tracking to see if that book ever showed up, and like the 2 books I was waiting for were scheduled to show up on Wednesday. So I was like, okay, they're gonna come later. Alright, so after I was done with pages 5 and 6, I moved on to assembling and printing out the drafts for pages 9 and 10 in red. So I got that done. Then I went to Monica's computer, retrieved the pages, I think it was pages 7 and 8, is that what it was? And I started working on those. So it was about like 5:18, I was about like 3 audios into my 6 audio edit. And then I got a little bit distracted looking for fashions for Byron. I sketched 2 different sketches, but I don't know which one I want to be his first one. I think the one that's showing his bare chest should actually be what he wears for the other party. Cause like, they're gonna be outside and he probably wants to be well ventilated. Whereas the other shirt, I feel like it looks like something he would probably just walk around the processing firm wearing. I don't know. So yeah. Monica was up and at him at like 6:18. She told me she was feeling a lot better, but her lungs still hurt a little bit. She made breakfast, we ate, we watched YouTube, I added a little bit of music to my phone, and then I finished the audio at 7:18, and then I got off. I set my video to compress, and we left to go get water at Target, and while I was there, I decided to get more postage envelopes because I used all of them for all my eBay orders. So yeah, we got back at like 8:14. I line ordered until my video was finished compressing at like 9:25, and then I went back to work on the pages at 10. Monica came to join me at 10:17, and like when she served herself that the frozen blend that we have, I just called it Froyo on my Twitter because like it has yogurt in it, but it technically isn't traditional frozen yogurt. It's basically a smoothie that's been frozen. She's trying to eat some of the frozen cubes that we have, and like she told me it didn't taste like anything, so she knew from that point she definitely had COVID. For some reason that symptom didn't stay. She's told me stories about other YouTubers talking about losing their smell or their taste, and like she told me that she couldn't she told me that it didn't really last very long. In fact, it was actually kind of spotty. For example, she had a spoonful of peanut butter and she could taste that. But then when she was eating the chicken that we had for lunch, she pointed out that she only could like, it all tasted a little bit. And then afterwards she had another cube of frozen yogurt and like she told me that actually tasted like something. So I don't know if it's coming and going and if it's going to be going to go away tomorrow, or if it was just a temporary symptom and her body successfully fought back. I don't know. Okay, so I lost a hunk of time that I could have been working on the pages, replying to a YouTube video. Eventually, when Monica was done making salad, we ate, and I was done with it by then. And we watched a little bit of YouTube, and then I showed her the tracking for our books, and they said that the books had arrived, so she went downstairs to go get the mail. And even though the both books were here, they're not very big. I was surprised at how tiny they were. The books weren't the most exciting thing in the mail. We got our second set of gift cards for getting our second shot. I was so surprised. I didn't expect that to happen so soon. We were expecting it to like either not come or come like months later. And like we got really excited. We really wanted to go spend them. So we decided to go to Target.com and see if we can get the books that we wanted. So we were assuming these books would eventually show up in person, but like I'm still not 100% certain about that. So we looked through every single book that was on Target.com, and like a lot of the beautiful books are all dot grid, and we were so mad. And the few books that actually weren't dot grid, by the time that we had them all in our shopping cart, we looked at it, we changed our mind. So we decided, let's go to the actual Target and just get Carmen, Holly, and Laurel, which are the Rainbow High dolls I wanted. So yeah, we ended up doing that. They came out to a total of I think it was 107. I managed to knock some money off with the bag discount and extra change that I had. So I only had to pay in the end $4 for them. I think it was cool because like once I had logged in all of the gift cards onto my Target.com account, when I actually typed in the gift card that I was using, it processed all my gift cards at once, and I was like, oh, this is so fucking awesome. So yeah, we got back. Monica malfunctioned on the way home, and she's been talking to herself ever since we got home. At 2:20, I went back on to color, and I ended up finishing the pages at exactly 4 o'clock. So I left her in the living room listening to some YouTube videos. I need to put text on the pages. I did not do that. I'm probably gonna do it tomorrow. Out of the 2 line arts that I did, I only managed to complete 1 page. I have to do the other page, and I figure if I don't do it here tonight, I'm probably gonna have to move the page to the living room and line art it there. Other than that, I'm just like, I'm fucking tired. I need to fucking stop. I need to get fucking off. And also, I want to open my dolls, but like, I kind of wish I was well. I don't want to touch them being sick, but like, what can you do? Is there anything else that's on my mind? Oh yes, Monica also read to me that Twisted Wonderland translation that came out on the 5th. Nothing basically happened, but I was telling her like, I don't really think that Idia is a good Hades like knockoff character, because like he's based off of the Japanese version of Hades, and like the English version of Hades is very sarcastic, and like Japanese doesn't have sarcasm, so I can see how that character just doesn't communicate the same way. I don't know. Is there anything else that's on my mind? I guess that's virtually it. Since my latest video is done, I'm going to be able to go back to working on these scripts. So my main goal tomorrow is to finish pages 7 and 8 with text, assemble pages 9 and 10, and then go back to the scripts. I honestly don't think I'm going to have enough brain power to do all those things one right after the other, so I need to get at least one of those things done tonight. So it's either going to be the liner or it's going to be the text. I don't know. I need to break it up so I can actually have a fresh brain when I get back to it. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No, I guess that's virtually it. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Thursday, but I have to go back to Wednesday really quick. So after I recorded audio, I came back to the living room, and Monica ended up getting off the computer. I think we did a little bit of cleaning, and then we ended up unboxing the dolls. Oh my fucking god, they were a hassle to get out of the boxes. I mean, compared to Barbies I've had in the past, I mean, like, I didn't have to, like, go through so much, like war with the actual box to get them out, but it's just every time we have to just cut off every single little tiny peg just to get the doll out of the box, it's so annoying. And there are just moments where I just felt like I couldn't do it like adequately, but I managed to get them all out. So it's really early for me to review this, but like, as far as the faces go, my dolls are fine, the hair is fine, everything is fine. The problem is that Holly's shirt stained her vinyl. I don't know if I can get it out. I don't think I can. I've had trouble getting stains out of Dolphy Dreams, so like, I don't really think it's possible for me to get the stains. I could try to touch her with a magic eraser, but like I said, I don't think it's gonna come out. Other than that, I don't know how to place my feelings, because like, I feel like I loved Holly and Laurel more once they were out of their clothes, because their clothes just don't flatter them. Same thing for Carmen too. I didn't end up undressing them on the same night. We struggled with taking them out. We barely got through the unboxing. Most of Carmen's stuff is still like boxed. And I had to, like, didn't have the energy, but the following day I ended up unboxing all the twin stuff. So I'm not sure if I want to change their names, because like, it's fun to do that. I think I'm kind of just fine with leaving them as is, much like the Disney princesses, just them all keeping their names. I feel like I just might as well just keep calling them Carmen and Holly and Laurel. Although I have to admit, sometimes I forget who's who between Holly and Laurel. I kept having to look at the boxes to make sure I wasn't like misnaming them. So yeah, after that we went to bed sometime around like 5:02. I had trouble sleeping, but I managed to fall asleep. I ended up waking up between 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I got out of bed at 4. I resumed work on the last 2 pages. I put text on them and I loaded them. I don't remember when I loaded them. I think I forgot to write that down. And then once they were done, I ended up going straight to line arting the last page that was not finished, and then I scanned it at like 5:32. And I ended up assembling and passing the page out to Monika sometime around like 6:06. So yeah, I tried to make some progress on the script. I ended up just like reformatting specific subjects in the beginning, because I'm trying to just like accelerate when the subjects come up, and like because like it just was like a lot of dawdling, and I'm trying to like avoid the dawdling. And like once I came to the big moment where Loris gets the first quote, because like the eggs that they're hunting for, not all of them have candy in it, and the quote ones are specifically for the boys because they don't enjoy eating. So Loris finds the first quote. I had 2 I saved up, and I kind of felt like both of them didn't work suddenly. The first one felt way too ham-fisted. I couldn't like naturally make it seem like something that the character would have an opinion on. So I actually decided to just, make it something a little bit more abrupt. I wasted a lot of time looking for a new quote, and I had the characters talk about that instead. So, the main subject that Pasha brings up to Loris is the fact that he finds him like prettier because he's in his element, and it's spring, and he's just happy. And like Loris is just kind of like astounded that Pasha thinks he's pretty, especially because during the time they met over the New Year, Loris got the impression Pasha thought he was stuck up. So that's where I left up. I didn't get any farther than that. So I have to figure out if I'm gonna like just accelerate to my point, because the end of their conversation was supposed to end with Loris giving Pasha his flower crown, and I was trying to figure out. Originally, I wanted to have them find 2 quotes for them to come up to this conclusion, but if I just make it 1 quote, I save space, because like I know the ending is gonna take up a lot of space. It's when Warren and Gin finally come clean with everything that they know. So yeah, other than that, Monika got out of bed at 7:14. She told me she was feeling better, but like her sense of taste has been coming and going all day. And like some moments she can taste something, and then some moments she can only taste it a little bit, and then at some moments she can't taste anything at all. And it's been kind of a drag for her. So like I don't know how long it's gonna be like this, and if she's gonna like eventually conquer this COVID. I mean, she's still in the first week. I think that she got it last Thursday, I believe, or was it? Yeah, between Thursday and Friday is when she got it. So she's had it for like a little bit less than a week. I don't know how long it's gonna take her, like personally, but like we're looking at the clock between like a week to a week and a half. So yeah, okie dokie. So I told her I wasn't interested in eating turkey. I wanted the chicken. So she made chicken. We ate that for breakfast. And then we left to go get food at Vaughn's. In the process, I ended up realizing that Godiva actually has those little tiny cup ice creams. And like, I want to try it. I know it's not going to be any better than any other of those little serving cup ice creams, but like, I really want to try it. I've never seen them before. If I get a chance to, I want to go back and get some. I don't really want to burden her by taking her with me because she's been like so lethargic, and I think maybe I can probably squeeze it in tomorrow. I don't know. All I know is that I told her they were there. She asked me if I wanted her to go back and get them, but like I just didn't want to put her through so much pressure to go back inside of the store when we had everything we had to bring home immediately. So yeah. So we got back at 8:30. Monika went straight to coloring, but I rested because I had been on since between like I think it was like 4 to 7:30, I believe is when I got off. And like I ended up working on all the pages that I was not done with. So I ended up scanning it at 10 o'clock. So I scanned pages 11, 12, 13, and 14. and then pages 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the next chapter. I actually got a little bit farther than that with the drawing, but like I still left some pages, some items like not clear because I wasn't sure how to draw them. So I need to look for some references to figure out like what exactly I want for certain objects, because like Fauna gets this Easter item, and I need some inspiration for what it looks like, and she's holding it, and I just drew like eggs in a box, but I think it needs to be something else, so I have to think about how to draw it. Monika ended up playing a few Eurovision entries for me. The two that really stuck out to her were Latvia and Norway in the beginning, and she was still in the middle of the playlist, but like she was mostly disappointed with this year, and I told her that, you know, that's how we feel every year until we actually watch the show, and then some of them turn into earworms, so we'll have to see, like, if we end up really liking anything. But man, Latvia and Norway's were like, what the fuck? I do want to say, though, Norway's the actual musical production for that song is everything I love in music. And, like, it makes me angry because the lyrics are so stupid. And I'm like, I was telling her when we were listening to it, is this supposed to be a dirty joke? Because, like, I can see if it is. So, yeah. Other than that, she ended up finishing the coloring before I was ready to assemble and print out the next pages I had of line art. I only managed to print out 2. My goal was to print out all 4, but, like, well, it is what it is. So she ended up getting tired and she went to bed. I ended up coloring up until 12, and then I got tired and I took a break. So we ended up eating lunch after that, and I ended up assembling all the Rainbow High Doll accessories, and I just took pictures of them so that way I can sell them. That was about the point when I actually like finished taking everything out of the boxes, because like there were some things that were still, you know, in the boxes. And then after that, we went for a short walk. She suggested actually taking the recycling path as a walk. We only go down that way when we go to the recycling center. Back in the past, we used to take that route to get to Pack Center back when she used to go there. And where else do we? And laundry. We used to take that path when we used to go to the laundromat over there. We don't go over there anymore. They don't maintain their equipment, and their equipment smells like fungus. So yeah. We ended up walking down that way. I found like 3 pennies, and then we got home. So she managed to make it to the entire trip without having any issues with her eyes. That was actually an interesting walk. I wouldn't mind doing that walk again in the future. So yeah. After that, she advised me to go back to line arting because the computer hadn't properly rested. I ended up completing one of the 2 pages. The other page, I have 1 panel left, and it's the establishing like environment scene. It's a desk situation. It's like and all this stuff, a calendar, etc. And I just look at it and I'm like, it's too much to line art. It's too much. I'm tired. So I ended up going back on at 3 with her. I scanned the page that was ready. I colored through the pages that I haven't finished yet, pages 9 and 10. I managed to complete page 10. It looks awesome, but like the problem is that I have to make 1 asset for page 9 and I can't finish it right now. So I just left her on the computer at like 4:23. She's watching whatever, and like I'm recording now, so that's what I need to do. So it's been like what? Just a day since I got shipping confirmation for my Etsy order for this month. I don't know. I really don't know if I should bother checking on it like immediately or later, because like last time those packages didn't move within like weeks, so I feel like I should just forget about it. I shouldn't bother like looking at it and just like wait for it to show up when it's ready to show up. I'm kind of expecting it to be somewhat of a big box because there's a lot of wigs in that order. There's like 6 wigs in total. So yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't know if I want to get books next month. I know that we have nothing to read, but I don't know. I don't have anything to search for right now. Well, technically we still have the ballerina book. We just keep forgetting it's there. I don't know if she's gonna want to try to go back to the library. I feel like maybe it's a good like chance for us to try to do the library again and see if we can find anything interesting. We don't know what we're going to be doing in April, so I don't even know if we're going to need books. I think we're probably just going to be mostly just walking and talking. I even want to go out walking even if she doesn't feel like it, because like I need some time to actually brainstorm my new original projects, and I just have like I have so many different ideas, and I want to like see which of these ideas I can do first. I want to make a whole bunch of trunk novels. I don't know how to explain it. We're only going to be able to buy one thing next month, and that's the sewing machine. Other than that, I'm just like, I don't know about anything else. I'm not really sure how expensive the sewing machine is going to be. I estimated it was going to be $100 because I was trying to take into consideration shipping and tax. So I don't know. We'll have to see, though. I kind of felt a little stressed out about that. But we're finally going to commit to getting it. And, like, I think I should also focus on doing the patterns. Maybe I should finally get some sewing books. If I actually get anything from Thrift Books, it probably should be some sewing books. I just need some recommendations for sewing books. So, yeah, we'll have to see. Is there anything else that's on my mind? Anything else? No, I guess that's virtually it. Alrighty, then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Friday, but I have to go back to Thursday really quick. So after a core audio, we ended up eating a light dinner, and then we did some talking. I went to sleep. I had a shit time falling asleep. I was still up I think it was 8 o'clock at night. I don't remember. I ended up sleeping at some point. I woke up at 3, and I went to work on the pages. So I scanned the last line art, and then I completed the last of the illustration I didn't finish for page 9, I believe it was. And then I added the text and I loaded it to Weebly. I got sidetracked looking at sewing machines and sewing books. Specifically, I was really in the weeds with embroidery machines. They're fucking expensive, but I want one so bad. You have no idea how much I want one. I can't even dream of having that much money to get it. Oh my god. So yeah, I ended up assembling pages 11 and 12 for Monika to color at 4:55, and I passed them off to her. And then I printed out pages 13 and 14 and read at 5:43. I was so tired, I could not do the script, so I ended up getting off immediately and going back to bed. I went back to the bedroom, I laid down, and at 6:14 I remembered, oh yeah, that's right, I wanted to go get ice cream. We were planning on going together, but it was extremely windy. I didn't want to put her through that, so I ended up, I guess you could say, sneaking out. She ended up waking up to me leaving. She heard the sound of the bicycle going click, 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 and the sound of me locking the door, and she was trying to determine whether or not I was coming back or leaving. I didn't make any noise after that, so she realized I was leaving. So I arrived. I ended up looking at all the Godiva cups of ice cream. They had 2 caramel ones, so I ruled those out. They had one that was praline, but I can't remember what that tastes like, so I didn't get it. I got was Midnight Swirl, I think it was called. The strawberry chocolate, and then the mint, and that was it. So I'm looking forward to trying that out. And then when I was leaving, I don't know what happened. I assume that the wind was so hard that it blew some type of what's that stuff called? Those little papery sheets that you find at laundromats. What are they called? Little papery sheets. Oh, I used to see them all the time when I was growing up at our laundromat. And one of those ended up getting caught in my gears, and it messed up my my ride. And I had to stop several times and pick out this stupid papery thing from the gears. And one of them, it was the smaller, I don't know the name of the gears right now. I can't think of the name of that. I have to look it up on the internet, what gear is called what. My 2 back gears, I had to struggle with the smaller gear that sticks out at the end, the chain goes through, and that I fixed that, but the other gear was jam-packed with it. It really completely absorbed the stupid thing. So I just had to head home as lethargically as I could get the stupid thing to go. I changed my gears hoping that would help release it a little bit, but it didn't. So when I got home, it was 6:50. Monika was awake. She had just barely finished making breakfast. She already ate without me. I had to ask her to help me get the stupid papery thing out of my gears. So she handed me a tweezer, and I was just picking at it and picking at it and picking at it until I got the whole thing to come out. So my bike is okay now. It's just that my gears are all set wrong. I have to readjust them so that way I can use them later. I don't know. I'm going to figure it out later. Other than that, so I ate breakfast. I went back on the computer. She went to work on coloring, and then we ended up working up until like 9. I got like really close to finishing. I don't know if I like Pasha and Loris's conversation. It basically did all the beats from what I was expecting it to do. It's just that I just don't like the delivery, and I wish there was like a better way to do this, but like I also feel completely like I have no time and I have to just roll it out like this. But like I feel like once I get to the ending of this, then I might be able to fix it, but I have to get to the ending. So where I am left right now, Warren is revealing everybody the big secret that him and Kim are keeping. So I have to work on that. I just didn't feel like it. Once I got to that, I was like, I'm way too tired for this. I spent the entire time just hassling with that stupid conversation between Loris and Pasha. So yeah, Monika got off shortly after I got off. And then we took a shower. It was sometime around like 9 something. I didn't actually see when she got off. I know that I got off at 9. Afterwards, she rested. I left her listening to a 8-hour Hawaiian ukulele track, and I did a smidge of writing and then line arting. I completed one page. I think it was page 14, but I got stuck in the display shot for page 13. I also had to make a separate printout for Mr. Ginn because like he has message frames where he's actually in it, like a video message frame, so I have to like do that separately. So I ended up going back on the computer. I think it was 11. I asked Monika, I'm like, when are you planning on going back on and finishing the pages? She told me she was going to continue working at 12, and I told her, I want them back by 12. What are you talking about? So she's like, just take them back right now. And like one page, the characters did not have their, like, the skin tone, the sclera, the irises that were not colored in, including the inner mouth. So I had to do that myself, and I feel like it kind of slowed me down. So I was extremely tired by 12:30 when she ended up getting out of bed to make lunch. And like, I just didn't want to do anything else. So we ate salad, we watched YouTube together, and then we took a break at 1. We went for the same walk we went yesterday, down the street towards the recycling center, and we turned around and came back. So I ended up finishing the line art for that last panel while she read to me one of the new books that I got. It's called Second Sight. It's about writing for kids and young adults. And like, I feel like this is important to read because I've read so many bad books, and I feel like it'll give me a better like idea of like why these books didn't quite work for me. Because like all this time I wasn't sure if it was just the fact that I'm older and the books are not, targeted towards me, but a lot of what's being published just doesn't sound interesting. And I know that most people are trying to write the books they wanted to read when they were younger, but at the same time, I don't really feel like that's what kids want to read. They want to read something that's like fun and takes you out of the world in some way. And I feel like a lot of the books that we read recently haven't quite been that way. I mean, like, oh man, I feel like when I read Colonial Madness, I know I always keep bringing up Colonial Madness. When I read that book, it actually really did like take me out because the characters were so fucking interesting. The mother and the daughter were so sarcastic. Even the fact that they were being held at a Amish place, trying to act like Amish and trying to use whatever skills that they had at their disposal. That was actually extremely interesting. Even in Honeybees and Frenemies, this whole pageant that's going on in the background is extremely interesting because like, I have no idea how that stuff works. It's a whole entire like thing that's just pushing the characters along, and there's some value in it for both of them. It means money. It means getting the characters out of their pickle. And like, I I feel like that actually resonated with me, and I was wondering if like what exactly is that? I feel like a lot of different books don't really reach that. They always like they get halfway there where it's like the character is interesting but the storyline is ass in some way. I keep thinking about that story that we were reading. I don't remember what it was called, but it was about a girl who had to drop ice skating. Her parents got divorced, and she's just stuck making cupcakes at this restaurant, and the restaurant's going to go under. And in the end, she ends up giving up ice skating again for the second time. And it's just like, what was the point? Why'd you even bring it up if she's not even going to do it? And like, it got me in the beginning because the opening was so strong, but like everything after that was so like as if the person writing it was so emotional that they just decided that the best thing to do is to give up on the thing that you want the most. And that did not resonate with readers very well. I mean, I read reviews for this book and people were pretty angry about the ending. So yeah. So like, that's one of the things I want to think about most when I engage, because like I want to write for really, really, really young kids. I have an idea, because like I keep thinking about the Disney Fairies franchise and like how mad I was about like how it was handled. And like I just have so many like fairy ideas I actually want to like try to approach. I also have a couple of other stories I think I can probably turn into kids books. I'd have to reread them. It's been a while. I know Monika recently reread to me one of the summaries I wrote out for the store I was supposed to do after Live NPC, which was about a chocolate shop. And like I already can't remember everything in it because I've been doing so many things since then. We read it like what, 2-3 years ago. Oh man, I think it was like 2017 or 2018 we read it, and I don't remember what we read anymore. Oh, I hate that. So yeah. So she only read like the opening and the first segment. At 2:20 we split up. So I have the liner sitting on the computer waiting for me. She's laying in bed. I'm recording. This is what I need to do. I need to either get to bed myself, which I think it's a little bit too early for that, or B, go back on and try to get farther into the pages. I am pretty tired though. I don't really think I have the energy to do it, but like I also feel like if I leave it waiting, I'm going to screw myself over. So I'm thinking maybe I should assemble the pages first and then get back to coloring, so I don't have to at least think about the pages tomorrow, and I can just focus on coloring or adding text tomorrow. I also want to try tomorrow, if I have any time left over, to try to get through to the end of the script so I can like do a developmental edit backwards, because like I just don't like how the beginning goes. I'm getting a better idea for the beginning and I'm getting a better idea for the middle, and like I won't really know if those changes are better, genuinely better, until I get to the end. So that's my frustration right now. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No, I guess that's virtually it. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty then, it is Saturday, but I have to go back to Friday really quick. So after I recorded audio, I went back on the computer to scan the line art. I assembled the pages early. I had no intention to give them to Monika immediately. I was going to hold on to the cartridge, but she ended up joining me, so I just handed them to her. It's a good thing that I did, because like she never ended up finishing them on time. So yeah, I ended up getting tired and I called it quits. I got off at 4. We officially went to bed at 5. I know that she ended up getting up again sometime around 11. But like I said, despite that, she didn't actually finish the pages. So I don't really know how long she was on. I figured she was only on for an hour. So I slept until 3. I got out of bed at 4. I resumed work on the pages. I ended up finally changing out of the tumbler that I've been using for the entire time I was sick, because I feel mostly well now. I mean, like, I'm not perfectly well, but like way better than how I felt when this started. So now I'm using one of the new cups that we bought like back in February, and I'm back to using the boba straws. I love them. Oh my god. Okay, so I ended up finally finishing the art for the pages that I was last stuck on at like 5:33. At 6:17, I put text on them and I loaded them to the Weebly. I went to see if Monika had completed pages 13 and 14, and because she hadn't, I ended up starting work on them anyway. The major thing that was missing was on one of the pages, I think it was page 13, Warren was completely not colored in. So I colored Warren, and took me a while to get through that. So yeah, I got tired. I decided to take a break at 7. Before I got off, I did remember to list all my Rainbow High stuff that I didn't want. No sooner had I listed it, I currently have 3 watchers for all of Carmen's stuff. I figured nobody cares about Holly and Laurel's stuff. That's the reason why I didn't bother trying to jack up the price for them, because I've seen plenty of Holly and Laurel's stuff on the internet, and most people hate their outfits, so I don't expect to get rid of their stuff anytime soon. So yeah, Monika got up at 7:07. We ate a light breakfast, and then we decided to hit Northgate. So the reason why we hit Northgate is because I wanted to try those variety cookie packs that we saw in the cookie section. We were debating on what we would get them for. Like, for example, I thought Easter Bite might be the most appropriate time because, like, it was the next holiday, but then I also thought of the 4th of July, and so we ended up deciding to just get them for the end of the series. After that, we ended up hitting Target. Just want to see if they had any new books. I'm starting to think that the new books that we were expecting to see were just a whole bunch of reruns, which is really depressing because we got so used to there being new designs every year, and it doesn't seem like we're getting any. So yeah, I guess we just have to go and use the books that we currently have. Okay, so I did get boxes to ship out Carmen and Laurel and Holly's stuff, though. I ended up finding out when I got home that Carmen's stuff doesn't fit in the box. It makes me so angry. The biggest thing in Carmen's box does not fit in that box. So I had to go find something else in the end. After Northgate, after Target, we ended up hitting Ross and we found some bedding. And then we got home at 9:20. So I packed the items. I packed all of Laura and Holly's stuff, and then I packed Carmen's stuff in a Amazon box I got recently. I don't remember what was in it originally. So I went back to work at 9:30. I colored and I looked for some books to read in the future. So I was using Goodreads, and how for every person that ever read and liked the books that I liked, it gave me every book that they've ever read and what they rated them. And so I started with Honeybees and Frenemies. I did Colonial Madness, and then I did Eggs Over Evie. Eggs Over Evie was a bust. There wasn't enough correlating. Then for Colonial Madness, I found a lot of mixed books. So it shows me that most of the people who read Colonial Madness were just people who are fans of the mixed publishing brand. And Honeybees and Frenemies, I found 2 other books. I can't remember the names of them right now, but like the Colonial Madness one was the most promising. So we'll have to see. I'm not expecting the books to be good. I found all those books on Rift Books, so I can get them for cheap later. I don't know when I want to take a chance in getting any of these. Because I'm not planning on getting anything, at least for books, next month. So maybe like during the summer. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so I got like really close to finishing, but I didn't like finish what I was doing. Monika was on at the same time that I was on. But we got tired at like 11:54. We didn't get off immediately. We ended up watching the LOL surprise update. They had a new episode where it was Diva's birthday, and Splash Queen actually had some speaking lines. Oh my god, Splash Queen's hair. The 3D model had hair that actually looked like it had product in it, and I just wanted to wash it so badly. It just looked like there was so much like hairspray in her hair. It looked terrible. Oh my god. Okay. So, we got up at 11 and we ate salad, and then we tried to go for a walk, but she started malfunction like halfway through the walk. So,
I made her confess to me that that's what happened because she wasn't saying anything initially about it. I just noticed that she wasn't looking up. So I was like, okay, you're looking down, aren't you? Okay. So I told her, all right, let's just go home. Because it happened right as at the crosswalk. So I turned her around and we went straight home. So we were only all gone for a half an hour. So she went to bed to lay down and try to like adjust her vision. I, on the other hand, walked circles around the living room for like 40-50 minutes up until like 1 o'clock, and then I went back on to color. So she eventually came to join me again when she was feeling better, and she ended up reading another chapter of Second Sight, that one book about writing children's books. So she read through that. I finished the artwork for the pages. She stopped reading at like 2:04, and then shortly after I finished the artwork for the pages, and then I went to printing out the red sheets for pages 1 and 2, so I can start line arting those now. I don't feel like it, but like I know that if I don't get started on them, I'm gonna throw off my schedule. So this is what I need to do. When I feel like I have the energy, I'm going to either A, liner, or B, when I'm on the computer again, I have to put the text on pages 13 and 14. I don't know when all this is going to happen. I know that they have to happen at some point. The next 2 pages need to be ready. But right now they aren't, and they're not that complex. It's just Byron reuniting with Fauna, and Flora happens to be there. So the girls have colors. He doesn't have a color scheme yet. He has a design. I haven't actually done anything with it. I don't remember if I ever scanned the sketches I did for his outfit, so I need to like do that so I can give Monika something. I was supposed to pick out colors the other day, but I just didn't end up doing it because like Flora is wearing I think she's wearing yellow, or she's wearing blue. Well, I think it was Fauna. Is it Fauna's wearing blue or Flora's wearing blue? I can't remember. One of them is wearing blue. And like, I vaguely thought about what they were wearing. I didn't actually put that much thought into it. So like, I need to actually consider like, how is he going to match them? Because I've been trying to do like, okay, this person's red, this person's green, this person's purple, you know, kind of thing. Yeah, it works out most of the time. Just as long as all the characters don't match. I mean, except for the characters that are wearing uniforms, they absolutely have to match because they're wearing a uniform. So yeah. Is there anything else that's on my mind? The only other thing that happened was that while I was coloring, I looked on eBay for replacement shoes for my Rainbow High dolls, and I found a couple of shoes from a couple of other dolls. Like, what's her name? Daria, that doll had some really great shoes. I found a few people that also did not open up her stuff, and I'm thinking about getting her stuff for the girls. So I'm not sure which girls are going to wear what, although I'm a little cautious about putting anything black on the doll. Which reminds me, I haven't tried to like get the black or get the staining off of Holly, because she had staining from her shirt. So yeah, I need to look into that. But like, I really liked Daria's stuff. I really liked Kaya Hart's stuff. So I might try to get those. And I think I'm not sure, but I think maybe the Laurel might look good in what's her name, Cheryl's stuff. I have to see though. Other than that, yeah, I'm not juiced to buy any of this stuff yet. I'm mostly just focused on getting rid of the stuff I currently have, and it might take a while before I actually do. So yeah, we'll see. Oh yeah, what's her name? Robin Sterling had a really cute pajama set. I really want to get that for my Holly. Is there anything else? Mostly I just figure I'm gonna just sew things for them, because like I just can't find much thing. And I just remembered, I completely forgot that the Monster High and Ever After High dolls can actually fit their shoes. So there's a few characters that had some really cute shoes I might want to get for Apple. That is, if I ever decided to do anything with Apple again, because like right now I've just been putting her off of this. Like I cannot think of what to do with her. So yeah, we'll have to see. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Sunday, daylight savings, but I have to go back to Saturday really quick. So after I recorded audio, I found Monika had gotten a little bit worse with her delusion. She was like afraid of the voices she was talking to.
I try to help her out. We ended up going to bed. But I didn't sleep. I was actually line arting pages 1 and 2 and listening to videos on my phone. I ended up completing them at like 3:56, and then I got up and I put the pages on the desk so I can scan them the next day. I ended up sleeping up until 3:30. I got out of bed at 4. So because it was daylight savings, I technically woke up at 2 and I got up at 3, if you really think about it. So I scanned the liner for pages 1 and 2. I finished the pages. I completed and loaded pages 13 and 14 with text at 4:55, and then I passed the assembled pages 1 and 2 off to Monika at 5:35, and then I assembled and printed out pages 3 and 4 in red. And I ended up taking a break at 6, so I got done at like around 6:02 specifically. So I ended up walking for a full hour. Monika got up at like 7:02. So yeah, we ate breakfast. We ended up walking around till like 8, so it was half an hour. And we both went to work on the stuff we had to do. She did the pages, I did the script. I managed to finish the script at 9:30, but it's ass, and I'm trying to figure out how to fix it. I am sussing through it, trying to delete certain parts of it. There's some jokes that I don't want to get rid of, but I think I might have to because there's just no space for them. Like, for example, Flora was supposed to call Ivy, Loris, and Pasha Chuck Nillaberry, but like it just throwing it in, it just feels so random and it doesn't make any sense. I'm like, I can't fit this in here. So I think I might have to like remove it. I ended up getting a little sidetracked flipping through my old writing Tumblr. I was saving some pictures of some characters that I wanted to reuse and see what I could do with them. I ended up getting off at like 10. Monika got off alongside me and we took a break. We ended up trying one of the ice cream cups that I got the other day, and it was actually pretty decent. I mean, like, it wasn't the best strawberry chocolate I've ever had, but Monika liked it more than the Target one. So, yeah, I don't know. After that, we walked around the living room for an hour just talking, and then she started making grandma's chicken for lunch. So we ate that, and then we lazed around from 11:33 to 12. I ended up playing Dress Up Darling, and then we split up at like around 12:20. So I went back to editing the script while she ended up finishing the coloring. She gave me back the pages at 1, so I scrambled and colored them. I ended up completing the coloring for page 1 at 2:25. So I took a break. I didn't expect to be on for so long because I'm trying to only keep my internet time down to 2 hours a day and taking a break for 2 hours. So I got off at 2:30, about like 4:30 would be the best time to come back. I don't know. She's still on. It's 3-ish. So I need to like, I don't know, maybe I should come back a little bit afterward. Like, I don't know, because I usually fall asleep sometime later in the day. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get everything done on time, but I need to invest some time into line arting. So I think after this, we're probably going to read if she's not going to want to go sleep. But like while we were watching anime, I did a little bit of line arting, but I only did like 1 panel, and I have like, I think I have like, how many panels is this? I have 7 panels to do. So I only got through a little bit through one panel. I have to finish it later. So yeah. Other than that, there's really nothing that we're looking forward to this week. Nothing that we have planned. Not next week we have. I think she has a Zoom appointment with Martine. That's as much as I could think of. Other than there's really nothing that we're doing right now. I haven't gotten any like responses for my eBay listings. I know it's too soon, but like sometimes I put something up and I get something immediately, but I understand that there's not really a demand for Carmen's stuff. So yeah, we'll have to see. I don't really know. Other than that, is there anything else that's on my mind? Anything else? No, not really. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one.
Alrighty, it is Monday, but I have to go back to Sunday really quick. So after I quit audio, Monika got off the computer, she made dinner, we ate, we read another chapter from that book, Second Sight, and I line arted and completed page 3, but I didn't get very far through page 4. We got tired and we stopped and we got ready for bed. I only slept until 10. I honestly should have just got up and went back to work, but I didn't. I ended up going back to sleep when I woke up at 3:50. So I forced myself to get up and work on the line art since they had one panel left to do. Considering how much had not been completed for the current pages and the previous pages, I thought to myself, maybe I should skip the script because, like, I can't do it today. I can't do it tomorrow because of the audio. So, like, I'm going to have to pick up with it on Wednesday or Thursday or something. So, yeah, I ended up finishing and scanning page 4 at 4:34. I went straight to assembling pages 3 and 4 and passed them off to Monica at 5:05. I scrambled to finish the coloring for page 2, and I ended up leaving off with the background half toned and the effects half, like, suspended on the top of the illustration. I'm like, I can't do this. I had 6, so I got off. I walked around the living room for an hour. I tried to go back to sketching through the chapter because I was behind. So I managed to sketch through pages 5 and 6. And then I started page 7, but I just got way too tired at like 6:20, so I took a small break from the just sketching part, and I did a little bit of light writing in my journal. Monica got out of bed at 6:35. By that point, I had 26 minutes left. She made breakfast, and we talked about hitting Northgate to get water. So we ate and we left at like 7:05, and then we got home at like 7:52. So yeah, I went back on the computer. I printed out the scanned pages 5 and 6 in red so I can start line arting them later. And then I scrambled to complete pages 1 and 2 with text. I loaded them at like 9:19, and then I went to work on the script at 9:24. I listened through the entire script. I was trying to find every area I can delete, like any sentence. And there was a couple of points that left me feeling like if I delete some of these things, then they can't inform other parts of the script. And some of the conversation points actually was harkened back to stuff that was mentioned in volume 2, like Fauna being a member of the Alpha team for a little while. So yeah, I just ended up deciding to leave it there. It wasn't until like I got off immediately after I printed it out. I got up immediately, and it just occurred to me that I didn't have Pasha, comment on whether or not he liked spring, and I was hoping that would be the point of all this, and like I was just such in a hurry, I didn't even like try to figure out how to insert it, but everything else just worked. So yeah, I got off at like 9:45. Monica got off at 10. I was line arting, and she ended up laying down and resting for a little bit. So I ended up stopping at 11 because I wanted to just like rest for a while. She decided to make lunch. She started talking to herself. That was kind of early. We ate lunch, and she ended up bringing up to me that she noticed that the water tasted extremely sweet. That could mean 2 things. Either her COVID is still, active and it's messing up her taste buds, or B, she has diabetes, which I don't want to have to entertain because I just like, I don't want to think about her having it. She told me that she didn't think it was that because it comes with an onslaught of other symptoms besides that. So if she starts feeling like shit again, then we can look into it. But like I told her, please get a appointment with the UCI so that we can have another blood test and find out how you're doing. But she's still waiting to overcome her sickness as it is. So maybe it's COVID. She's still in the 2nd week of it. She's still in like, I think she has like a few more days left of it until it's on its 2nd week anniversary. So like, I think it's either going to be like Friday or Thursday. It's going to be a 2nd week anniversary. So I'm hoping it's almost done. She told me that it came and went. That taste, that extra sugary taste. So we'll have to see. Other than that, we ended up doing a smidge of walking, but we went back on at 12. I worked on the outfits for specific characters. Those characters are not even going to be seen very much. And the longest conversation that happens in the 3rd installment happens between Loris and Pasha, and a little bit of everybody else in between all that. So I feel there's almost no point in having these designs. Not really. It makes me kind of angry. Okay, so I got the pages back from her at 1, and then I colored up until 2, so I got off. She ended up watching. I'm not sure if she's still watching it. There's a 1:30 seminar going on Zoom for the community. It's about internet mental health, making sure the internet is not like destroying your mental health or something. I just assume that's what it was. So she's watching that. We just ran out of the first berry blend. I want to leave and go get bananas so we can blend the mango ones, because like I really like that. We have nothing else to snack on right now, and that's what the blend is there for. It's also been getting hotter, so I'm thinking about going off and doing that without her, because like I know she doesn't do well during this time of the day. She typically has issues looking up. I'm a little worried about leaving her alone, but like, you know, what can you do? So yeah. Is there anything else that's on my mind? Oh, I did start the storyboarding for the last script. Haven't gotten farther than the first page, but I'm hoping to just like casually work on it throughout the week. So I feel less pressure to be doing the pages now. Before I felt super pressured because I didn't think I was going to be able to get this thing done in time. So yeah, now I just don't feel like I have just much pressure to finish things, especially tomorrow, since I'm doing audio tonight and tomorrow. I'm playing with the idea of going to bed a little late. Usually we try to go to bed around 4, but I don't fall asleep right away. So I'm thinking about just like staying on for another 2 hours between 4 o'clock and 5. Go to sleep at 6 instead. See if that makes me a little bit more tired. I don't know. Because on my worst days, I usually just laying around in bed wide awake. So we'll have to see. I just want a little bit more time to get some work done. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No, I guess that's virtually it. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one.